Here we have an atypical Singaporean, right? And I'm going to ask you to talk about yourself for a bit. How did you become what you are? Before you go into all your big issues, right?
Okay.
Because I think you are an example of a totally different path. Okay.
I failed the system in school, so it was a blessing because I went to school and I was very talkative, so they asked me to stand outside the class and so I became an outstanding student. And then because of that, I could not go to university. I failed everything, and therefore I ended up starting businesses, which is of course much easier than studying. Then every year I start a new business, and then by 40 I got 16 small businesses, including the Australian International School that is nearby in Long Chuan, and some very big rooftop factory and brick factories, some real estate development, building material manufacturing, investment. But at 40, recession came, so I lost about half of my money. So I started to realize that actually, first of all, I have nothing. I got half the money, still not bad. Secondly, half the money can retire also. Thirdly, chasing money makes no sense because when you don't have money, you need some. When you need money is like food. You need to eat. You eat too much, you got trouble, right? So you have too much money, also you get trouble. You know what's the trouble is that you are exchanging your time for money, and time is like the only currency of life, right? If you finish spending all your time, you're a dead person, right? So you need to live, exchange that time for something which you think is meaningful. Right? It doesn't need to be really meaningful as long as you think it's meaningful, right? Because who knows what is meaningful, right? So the important thing is that so I thought, what's the difference between like spending time shopping and playing golf and making more money, you know? So very superficial. So what is the highest exchange for the real currency of life is a service. So if you can serve, make things better, I think it's quite worth it. So the measurement is that on the last day of your life, what do you want to say to yourself about your journey? Because last day of your life, you don't want to check your bank account. You don't have, you don't want to see how many Prada bags you have and all that. Those things you don't want to think about anymore, right? So every day I set a countdown. So today I got like 7,298 days before I die. So you become very specific, right? I set at 80th birthday at 11 p.m. So every day is very precious. Right? Even coming here to spend this time is because it's meaningful than me. Right? So use the time in a very circumspect manner. So once you know that you're going to die, a lot of other things become not very important. Like whether your car is older than your friend's car, all this is not important already. And then more things, relationship, all these things become more important. So that's roughly the reason why I quit business, because I sold all the business and I kept the money and then I retired. And then for the last 20 years I've been doing social work, and I think I felt younger because I just turned 60 a few days ago. So I felt that at 60 you still have a lot of energy, you still can think creatively because there's a purpose. If it was for yourself, you probably become a very tired old person. So this is because when you serve your consciousness, open eyes. When you grab your consciousness, you become a very narrow-minded person. So the more narrow-minded you are, the more miserable you become. I'm not religious. I don't belong to any City House church or something like that. So I basically just telling out of common sense. This is how our body and our mind is designed. So since we're designed that way, might as well behave that way, right? So this is generally. And when I look at all the basic philosophy in the world today. After I will explain to you how I think we will have a better world if we have more feminine philosophy than masculine. So masculine philosophy is like, you know, winner, and then the other people are loser. You want to be a winner, you want to be a champion, you want to be an alpha male, you want to be a hero, you want to be a prize winner, medalist, whatever lah. I think all these are effervescence because actually the truth is if you want an Olympic medal, the next day you are anticlimax, right? And then if you can't do it better the rest of your life, you are miserable. So it's actually not very interesting. Okay, unless you win one every 5 years, then no. You might say, hey, last year, 5 years ago, 1, now 2, no, then 20, then when you're 65 years old, well, you want 40, then no. If you keep looking back, then you become a real old man. Right? But you might look forward. Right? So looking forward, all this masculine philosophy is about grabbing, winning, and let everybody else lose. And this is how our world is designed. Our world is designed so that we can create the minimum number of winners and the maximum number of losers. So that is the design of the capitalist state, consumption growth, and then we have all in ourselves a lot of emotions. Emotions can be very good, can be misused as well, right? So if you think about two main dominant emotions like love and fear. So if you are jealous, you're like afraid to lose, right? Afraid. So fear. But these are not bad emotion or good emotion. If I say some guys want to make you jealous so that you will buy a Rolex watch, so your jealousy becomes his trickery, and then you got a Rolex watch and you think you're very smart, you're pissing off everybody, but actually you're tricked like him. So you have to think every day people are out to get your money, especially the government, the taxes, and all that. So ERP and all these things. So you have to think of minimizing the amount of trickery that you got to be tricked. You will be tricked by people.
Is that why you joined the LKY school?
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
So of course, I thought that I'm like quite a very smart person with very clever ideas that the government should try to use. Otherwise, you know, he wasted such a good talent, and so always I keep on like feeding them with very good ideas, which are really awesome. All the ideas are, but don't know why they always say no. So I just wonder, like, at first I get really angry with them, I fight them, also no use, they ignore me. Then I think, hey, how come he's paid, he don't care, then I'm not paid, why do I care, right? But I try not to care, but it's like, Singapore is like a girl who, you love, but she don't love you. So it's unrequited love, it's really painful. So at one time I applied for PR in Australia and I got it, and I thought, no, I will leave this girl and then I will never have to see her again. And then eventually I realized that actually cannot, because you go to Australia, every time you fly out of the country, you stop over in Singapore. So it's very stupid to go to Australia, so I stay here. So it's so many hours just to fly here. So what I felt is that the government, the bureaucrat, sitting there, his job is that 8 hours he just sit there and say, no, fine, God, thank you, I'll go home. I take gaji already. So this is like, hey, how come you employ people to do that, right? So in order to find out, I have to go to Lee Kuan Yew school, spend 4 years night class, to understand and enter into their body, so that you actually start to understand, actually they got a lot of problem. Because this person is not a bad person. At home, he's a very nice person. At home also very clever, know how to handle the finance, the education, the health, clean their toilet, everything. They're very clever. In the office, they're very stupid. In the office, like everything cannot. Because you know why? My KPI and my job scope, and don't disturb other people and the politics and better don't say something controversial. So suddenly that person becomes stifled. So the incentive for the civil servant is actually wrongly designed. So now we have to redesign mission-driven incentive, mission-driven civil service, rather than compliance, KPI, tick boxes, civil service. So civil service have to be civil and have to actually offer service, right? So civil service should work with civil society, citizen, right? So this is something I think we have to push for. Not in confrontation, because confrontation also not worth it, because they either treat you like you are Amos Eve, which you are not, and or they just ignore you. So these are we are undergoing a process of change, and then you will realize that the people are attacking the politician. Actually, the politician is the easiest one to handle. If you have a good idea, he doesn't disagree with you. What he do is he pass you to a bureaucrat who will either say neither yes nor no. Right? So I realized that they have four jacks maxim. I created this. Right? So this is a kind of a rule. So the first rule is reject. That means if you come with a good idea, first jack is reject. Reject. Why reject? Because reject no need to do anything. So if I listen to you, wow, I got extra work to do. So this is called Professor Dean William called work avoidance. So if I can avoid the work, why should I? So the default is reject everything and then status quo remain. Right? So reject. If you insist that this thing I should listen to you, the second jack I will activate is called eject. So I will say it's not my department. So I'll send you to run around everywhere, right? So you go there, they will eject back to this place. They say, hey, you're back here again. Yeah, everybody say it's your department. So by that time, your battery, like 4 bar become 2 bar. So the third one, you think, okay, since you insist, I will activate the third jack. It's called deject. Deject means I don't say yes, I don't say no, I leave you hanging in the air until your battery is flat, then it's red color, then after that, no battery. Then you will be gone, right? So by the time they activate deject, it's actually the most 99.9% go, but they convert into unhappy people, people who complain all the time. So the last little bit, few people continue, right? Then they will say, don't talk to this guy, talk to the minister, whatever. Talk to talk to people higher. And once the people higher like your idea, then they will activate the final and most important jack. It's called hijack. and so if you are able to reach the level where he hijack your idea, you have success. Because he will never acknowledge you, but at least he will implement it, right? So if he get implemented, he said, I was the genius of this idea, nobody else, then you say, it's good, it's good. It's good that he's doing it. He's a really great guy. You want to say that? Otherwise, if you say shit, then you have to join the World Talent Organization. So